doesn't just shudder and slam to a close. Like a door in a hurry, as everyone knows, is a slow, gentle art, a releasing of tension, quiet restart. From the frantic bright noon to the amber then gray, to the deep velvet blanket where the fireflies play. The unhurried unwinding of the day is a gift that gives the weary soul a lift. It lets the mind settle, lets the muscles unbend. On a porch with a friend, or a book till the end of the light, and the welcome of stars overhead. The unhurried unwinding of the day. We watch the clouds soften, we watch the birds cease. They're chorusing, finding their own kind of peace. The swing's gentle creaking is the evening's own tune, a lullaby played by the sun and the moon. As they trade off their duties in a sky growing deep, and the world and my soul are prepared for their sleep. The unhurried unwinding of the day is a gift that gives the weary soul a lift. It lets the mind settle, lets the muscles unbend. On a porch with a friend, or a book till the end of the light, and the welcome of stars overhead. The unhurried unwinding of the day. In a world that demands an immediate stop, this slow, gracious fade from the mountain top down into the valley of rest and of night is a beautiful healing and merciful rest. The unhurried unwinding of the day is a gift that gives the weary soul a lift. It lets the mind settle, lets the muscles unbend. On a porch with a friend, or a book till the end of the light, and the welcome of stars overhead. The unhurried unwinding of the day. Day unwinds, soft and deep, promises to keep.
It's cable knit wool in a color of cream, a gift from a Christmas, a slow, cozy dream. The worn through elbows of my sweater are windows of skin, where the yarn gave up fighting, let the cold softly in, from leaning on railings, on tables, on sills, watching the weather over the far rolling hills. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest in their own threadbare, comfortable best. They're a map of the hours spent in quiet repose, as the autumn wind blows and the winter wind blows. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest. Your grandma could darn them, she'd offer each year, but I always smile, shake my head, hold it dear. In its imperfect state, for it fits like a friend whose flaws you accept and you love to no end. I'll wear it till spring, when it's finally too worn, for its tattered embrace in its familiar form. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest in their own threadbare, comfortable best. They're a map of the hours spent in quiet repose, as the autumn wind blows and the winter wind blows. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest. New sweaters are itchy and stiff and too bright, but this one's been softened by firelight and night, by cat naps and book reads and long silent stares out over the land, free of worries and cares. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest in their own threadbare, comfortable best. They're a map of the hours spent in quiet repose, as the autumn wind blows and the winter wind blows. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest. Worn through, soft and thin, letting the outside in.
Carries on Sunday across the still creek, a voice that is gentle and humble and meek. The distant sound of a church bell doesn't preach or condemn, just marks the time passing for all of us men. It rings for the faithful, it rings for the stray, it rings for the ending of just one more day. The distant sound of a church bell rings, and a peace in my heart quietly sings. It It's not calling me to a pew or a prayer, but to a moment of stillness, taking good care of the soul that I carry out here in the air. I hear it while fixing the fence or the gate, and I pause for a second. I contemplate the simple, sure rhythm of a tradition so old, a story of comfort that never gets told in words but in bronze, in the sway of a rope, in the breath of a beautiful, generous hope. The distant sound of a church bell ring, and a peace in my heart quietly sings. It's not calling me to a pew or a prayer, but to a moment of stillness, of taking good care of the soul that I carry out here in the air. My chapel has rafters of towering pine, and my hymns are the wind through the wild muscadine vine. But that bell's friendly echo across the divide says we're all seeking grace on the very same side. The distant sound of a church bell rings, and a peace in my heart quietly sings. It's not calling me to a pew or a prayer, but to a moment of stillness, taking good care of the soul that I carry out here in the air. Church bell tolls far and clear for all who can hear.
It hangs from the branch of the old apple tree, a simple wood box for a small family. The unpainted birdhouse with its hole and its perch has seen a dozen seasons of nesting and search. The rain has now graded, the sun has now dried. It swings in the breeze with a natural pride. The unpainted birdhouse is a welcoming sight in the soft morning light. It doesn't need colors or fancy design to be a perfectly shareable fanciful shrine for the wrens and the chickadees passing on through. The unpainted birdhouse knows just what to do. Each spring we watch for the first sign of life, the carrying of straw, ending avian strife, a flash of brown feathers darting in with a twig, a promise so earnest, so tender and big. We don't paint it now, we just let it age, becoming a part of the tree on its stage. The unpainted birdhouse is a welcoming sight in the soft morning light. It doesn't need colors or fancy design to be a perfectly suitable, functional shrine for the wrens and the chickadees passing on through. The unpainted birdhouse knows just what to do. We decorate so much for our own human eyes, but the truest of beauties in nature oft lies in the things that are simple and weathered and plain, that shelter a heart from the wind and the rain. The unpainted birdhouse is a welcoming sight in the soft morning light. It doesn't need colors or fancy design to be a perfectly suitable, functional shrine for the wrens and the chickadees passing on through. The unpainted birdhouse knows just what to do. Birdhouse gray on the limb, a simple, quiet hymn. The label is smudged, but the date's still in sight. Blackberry August in handwriting so light. The last jar of last summer's jam on the pantry shelf high is a jewel of deep purple against the wood, catching my eye. We've been sparing with it, making toast last and last, savoring the memory of seasons gone past. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun in its sticky sweet, wonderful run of flavor and effort, of thorns and of heat, of purple-stained fingers, a memory so sweet. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun.
I'll open it soon on a cold March morning, when the world outside feels bleak and forlorn,
and spread it on biscuits still warm from the pan, and taste the long days and the work of our hands. It'll be gone in a week, and the jar will be clean, but the echo of summer will still linger serene. wonderful run of flavor and effort, of thorns and of heat, of purple stained fingers, a memory so sweet. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun. Preserving's not just about fruit, sugar, and glass. It's about stopping a moment, making it last. In a form you can hold, in a taste you can keep. When the world's covered over in promises deep of snow, the last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun in its sticky sweet, wonderful run of flavor and effort, of thorns and of heat, of purple stained fingers, a memory so sweet. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun. Last jar waits, dark and deep, secrets for us to keep. It broke from its globe on a breath of soft air. A tiny white parasol, fragile and fair, is a dance with no plan on the currents that only the breezes can. It spins and it floats, taking minutes or hours to find its new home in the grass or the flowers. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed is a lesson in how to be free from the need to go fast, from the need to know where, to just trust in the wind, to just lighten your care. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed. I watch from the porch as it passes me by, a tiny white traveler against the blue sky, and glows like a star before drifting downward, both near and so far from its parent, its origin, its old rooted place, to start a new life with a slow, patient grace. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed is a lesson in how to be free from the need to go fast, from the need to know where, to just trust in the wind, to just lighten your care. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed. the sea teaches peace to our burdened souls. That sometimes the journey, the float and the ride is the point of the whole beautiful wide open sky. The unhurried drift of a dandelion sea is a lesson in how to be free from the need to go fast, from the need to know where, to just trust in the wind, to just lighten your care. The unhurried drift of the dandelion sea, dandelion sea, soft and light in the golden light. It comes in the twilight, a fragment, a line from a tune that my grandma would sing as a sign.
The fading memory of a song
With no title or end, just a melody that feels like an old trusted friend. I hum what I can, but the verses are gone, lost to the years, like the dew on the lawn. The fading memory of a song lingers still on the side of the quiet green hill. It doesn't need words to convey what it means, just the comfort of love in between the scenes of a life that was lived with a gentle, sweet grace. The fading memory of a song finds its place. I'll catch the refrain when I'm rocking alone, or walking the path to the old standing stone.
it wraps round my heart
Like a warm, tattered shawl, a connection to someone who loved me through all the changes and chances that time had in store. Though she's not here to sing it anymore, the fading memory of a song lingers still on the side of the quiet green hill. It doesn't need words to convey what it means, just the comfort of love in between the scenes of a life that was lived with a gentle, sweet grace. The fading memory of a song finds its place. Maybe the truest of hymns aren't the ones we recall, perfect and complete, every note overall, but the ones that live on as a ghost in the air, a whisper of kindness, a proof someone cared. The fading memory of a song lingers still on the side of the quiet green hill. It doesn't need words to convey what it means, just the comfort of love in between the scenes of a life that was lived with a gentle, sweet grace. The fading memory of a song finds its place. Memory fades, tune stays near. In the listening ear.
You won't find it written in ledgers or books, but in the way that the pasture still gives you those looks. The unlocked diary of the land is there for the reading. In the types of the weeds and the way the creeks leading, each stone in the wall, each twist of the oak is a sentence in a story that the quiet earth spoke. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free for a soul that is willing to see the history of a rainfall in the gully's deep cut, the years of good grazing where the clover shut. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free. I walk and I read it on a slow afternoon stroll, and it tells me of droughts and of seasons made whole, of fires that pass through, leaving scars on the bark, and springs that brought new life to the meadows so dark. It doesn't hide failures or triumphs or fears, it just tells the truth of 100 slow years. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free for a soul that is willing to see the history of a rainfall in the gully's deep cut, the years of good grazing where the clover shut. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free. We spend so much time reading what other men write, but the wisest old volume is here in the light of the sun on the hillside, the moon on the lawn, in the unlocked diary that we can call home. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free for a soul that is willing to see the history of a rainfall in the gully's deep cut, the years of good grazing where the clover page of sod, written by the hand of God.
You can't buy it in markets, all shiny and plump. It grows in the thicket, in a mossy green clump. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry bursts on the tongue. A tart earthy sweetness from when the world was young. It stains your fingertips with a purple so deep. A secret the cultivated fruits cannot keep. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells of a magic that nothing else dispels. It's the taste of a meadow, of freedom, of sun, of finding your bounty when the picking's begun. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry town.
We hunt for them yearly, my bucket and I, beneath the July sky, white and blue and high.
And the first one I pop in my mouth, warm and right, is a connection that feels incredibly right to the land and its gifts, given freely and wild to the heart of a merciful, generous child. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells of a magic that nothing else dispels. It's the taste of a meadow, of freedom, of sun, of finding your bounty when the picking's begun. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells. The store-bought ones taste of water and miles, but these taste of dew and of sun smiling smiles, of effort rewarded, of patience and search, of being a part of the land's living church. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells of a magic that nothing else dispels. It's the taste of a meadow, of freedom, of sun, of finding your bounty when the picking's begun. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells. Wild berry taste, sharp and sweet, where the wild and the human meet. The day is near finished, the work's put away. The tractor's parked silent at the end of the day. The last ray on the plowshare catches the light and turns the cold steel into a blade burning bright. A final gold kiss from the sun going down on a tool that is faithfully broken the ground. cool, a companion through seasons, a valuable tool.
It reflects the pink cloud
In the west fading fast, a beautiful mirror of a day that has passed. Then the light slips away and the metal turns gray, ready for tomorrow, for another such day. The last ray on the plowshare glows as the evening soft wind blows. It's a moment of honor, a silent well done for the partnership shared with the soil and the sun. The last ray on the plowshare glows. We don't often pause to give thanks to the steel that does the hard work with a patience that's real. But sometimes the sunset will offer its praise in a luminous, fleeting, and beautiful blaze. The last ray on the plowshare glows as the evening soft wind blows. It's a moment of honor, a silent well done for the partnership shared with the soil and the sun. The last ray on the plowshare glows. Last ray fades, work is through, but the honor stays true.
It's cable knit wool in a color of cream, a gift from a Christmas, a slow, cozy dream. The worn through elbows of my sweater are windows of skin, where the yarn gave up fighting, let the cold softly in. From leaning on railings, on tables, on sills, watching the weather over the far rolling hills. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest in their own threadbare comfortable best. They're a map of the hours spent in quiet repose as the autumn wind blows and the winter wind blows. The worn through elbows of my sweater stay rest. Your grandma could darn them, she'd offer each year, but I always smile, shake my head, and hold it dear. In its imperfect state, for it fits like a friend whose flaws you accept and you love to no end. I'll wear it till spring when it's finally too warm for its tattered embrace in its familiar form. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest in their own comfortable best. They're a map of the hours spent in quiet repose as the autumn wind blows and the winter wind blows. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest. New sweaters are itchy and stiff and too bright, but this one's been softened by firelight and night, by cat naps and book reads and long silent stares out over the land, free of worries and cares. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest in their own threadbare comfortable best. They're a map of the hours spent in quiet repose as the autumn wind blows and the winter wind blows. The worn through elbows of my sweater say rest. Worn through wood, soft and thin, letting me outside in.
It carries on Sunday across the still creek, a voice that is gentle and humble and meek, the distant sound of a church bell doesn't preach or condemn, just marks the time passing for all of us men. It rings for the faithful, it rings for the stray, it rings for the ending of just one more day. The distant sound of a church bell rings, and a peace in my heart quietly sings. It's not calling me to a pew or a prayer, but to a moment of stillness, of taking good care of the soul that I carry out here in the air. I hear it while fixing the fence or the gate, and I pause for a second. I contemplate the simple tune, sure rhythm of a tradition soul, a story of comfort that never gets told in words but in bronze, in the sway of a roll, in the breath of a beautiful, generous hope. The distant sound of a church bell rings, and a peace in my heart quietly sings. It's not calling me to a pew or a prayer, but to a moment of stillness, of taking good care of the soul that I carry out here in the a dime rhyme. But that bell's friendly echo across the divide says we're all seeking grace on the very same side. The distant sound of a church bell rings, and a peace in my heart quietly sings. It's not calling me to a purer prayer, but to a moment of stillness, of taking good care of the soul that I carry out here in the air. Church bell tolls far and clear for all who can hear. It hangs from the branch of the old apple tree, a simple wood box for a small family.
The unpainted birdhouse with its hole and its perch has seen a dozen seasons of nesting and search.
The rain has now graded, the sun has now dried. It swings in the breeze with a natural pride. The unpainted birdhouse is a welcoming sight in the soft morning light. It doesn't need colors or fancy design to be a perfectly suitable functional shrine for the wrens and the chickadees passing on through. The unpainted birdhouse knows just what to do. Each spring we watch for the first sign of life, the carrying of straw, ending avian strife.
A flash of brown feathers darting in with a twig, a promise so earnest, so tender and big.
We don't paint it now, we just let it age, becoming a part of the tree on its stage. The unpainted birdhouse is a welcoming sight in the soft morning light. It doesn't need colors or fancy design to be a perfectly shillabit functional shrine for the wrens and the chickadees passing on through. The unpainted birdhouse knows just what to do. We decorate so much for our own human eyes, but the truest of beauties in nature oft lies in the things that are simple and weathered and plain, that shelter a heart from the wind and the rain. The unpainted birdhouse is a welcoming sight in the soft morning light. It doesn't need colors or fancy design to be a perfect and sustainable functional shrine for the wrens and the chickadees passing on through. The unpainted birdhouse
simple, quiet hymn.
The label is smudged, but the date's still in sight. Blackberry August in handwriting so light. And the last jar of last summer's jam on the pantry shelf high is a jewel of deep purple against the wood, catching my eye. We've been sparing with it, making toast last and last, savoring the memory of seasons gone past. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun in its sticky, sweet, wonderful run of flavor and effort, of thorns and of heat, of purple-stained fingers, a memory so sweet. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun. I'll open it soon on a cold March morning, when the world outside feels bleak and forlorning,
and spread it on biscuits still warm from the pan, and taste the long days and the work of our hands.
It'll be gone in a week, and the jar will be clean, but the echo of summer will still linger serene. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun in its sticky, sweet, wonderful run of flavor and effort, of thorns and of heat, of purple-stained fingers, a memory so sweet. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun. Preserving's not just about fruit, sugar, and glass. It's about stopping a moment, making it last in a form you can hold, in a taste you can keep, when the world's covered over in promises deep of snow. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun in its sticky, sweet, wonderful run of flavor and effort, of thorns and of heat, of purple-stained fingers, a memory so sweet. The last jar of last summer's jam holds the sun. Last jar waits, dark and deep, secrets for us to keep. It broke from its globe on a breath of soft air, a tiny white parasol, fragile and fair,
is a dance with no plan, on the currents that only the breezes can.
It spins and it floats, taking minutes or hours to find its new home in the grass or the flowers. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed is a lesson in how to be free from the need to go fast, from the need to know where to just trust in the wind, to just lighten your care. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed.
I watch from the porch as it passes me by, a tiny white traveler against the blue sky.
It catches a sunbeam and glows like a star before drifting downward, both near and so far from its parent, its origin, its old rooted place, to start a new life with a slow, patient grace. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed is a lesson in how to be free from the need to go fast, from the need to know where to just trust in the wind, to just lighten your care. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed. We're so tied to outcomes, to maps and to goals, but the seed teaches peace to our burdened souls. That sometimes the journey, the float and the ride is the point of the whole. Beautiful wide open sky. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed is a lesson in how to be free from the need to go fast, from the need to know where to just trust in the wind, to just lighten your care. The unhurried drift of a dandelion seed. Dandelion seed, soft and light in the golden light.
It comes in the twilight, a fragment of line from a tune that my grandma would sing as a sign. With no title or end, just a melody that feels like an old trusted friend. I hum what I can, but the verses are gone, lost to the years like the dew on the lawn. The fading memory of a song lingers still on the side of the quiet green hill. It doesn't mean
it means. Just the comfort of love in between the scenes of a life that was lived with a gentle, sweet grace. The fading memory of a song finds its place. I'll catch the refrain when I'm rocking alone, or walking the path to the old standing stone.
It wraps round my heart like a warm, tattered shawl, a connection to someone who loved me through all
the changes and chances that time had in store, though she's not here to sing it anymore. The fading memory of a song lingers still on the side of the quiet green hill. It doesn't need words to convey what it means, just the comfort of love in between the scenes of a life that was lived with a gentle, sweet grace. The fading memory of a song finds its place. Maybe the truest of hymns aren't the ones we recall, perfect and complete every note overall, but the ones that live on as a ghost in the air, a whisper of kindness, a proof someone cared. The fading memory of a song lingers still on the side of the quiet green hill. It doesn't need words to convey what it means, just the comfort of love in between the scenes of a life that was lived with a gentle, sweet grace. The fading memory of a song finds its place. Memory fades, tune stays near in the listening ear. You won't find it written in ledgers or books, but in the way that the pasture still gives you those looks. The unlocked diary of the land is there for the reading, in the types of the weeds and the way the creek's leading. Each stone in the wall, each twist of the oak is a sentence in a story that the quiet earth spoke. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free for a soul that is willing to see the history of rainfall in the gully's deep cut, the years of good grazing where the clover's shut. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free. I walk and I read it on a slow afternoon stroll,
and it tells me of droughts and of seasons made whole, of fires that passed through, leaving scars on the bark, and springs that brought new life to the meadows so dark. It doesn't hide failures or triumphs or fears. It just tells the truth of 100 slow years. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free for a soul that is willing to see. The history of rainfall in the gully's deep cut, the years of good grazing where the clovers shut. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free. We spend so much time reading what other men write, but the wisest old volume is here in the light of the sun on the hillside, the moon on the loam, in the unlocked diary that we can call home. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free for a soul that is willing to see. The history of rainfall in the gully's deep cut, the years of good grazing where the clovers shut. The unlocked diary of the land lies open and free. Diary old, page of sod, written by the hand of God.
Can't buy it in markets all shiny and plump. It grows in the thicket in a mossy green clump. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry bursts on the tongue. A tart earthy sweetness from when the world was young. It stains your fingertips with a purple so deep, a secret the cultivated fruits cannot keep. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells of a magic that nothing else dispels. It's the taste of a meadow, of freedom, of sun, of finding your bounty when the picking's begun. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tale. We hunt for them yearly, my bucket and I, beneath the July sky, white and blue and high.
And the first one I pop in my mouth, warm and right, is a connection that feels incredibly right.
To the land and its gifts given freely and wild, to the heart of a merciful, generous child. The forgotten flavor of a wild berry tells of a magic that nothing else dispels. It's the taste
day is near finished, the work's put away. The tractor's parked silent at the end of the day.
The last ray on the plowshare
Catches the light and turns the cold steel into a blade burning bright.
a final gold kiss from the sun going down on a tool that has faithfully broken the ground.
The last ray on the plowshare glows as the evening soft wind blows. It's a moment of honor, a silent well done for the partnership shared with the soil and the sun. The last ray on the plowshare glows.
I run my hand over the metal now cool, a companion through seasons, a valuable tool.
It reflects the pink cloud
In the west fading fast, a beautiful mirror of a day that has passed.
Then the light slips away and the metal turns gray, ready for tomorrow, for another such day. The last ray on the plowshare glows as the evening soft wind blows. It's a moment of honor, a silent well done for the partnership shared with the soil and the sun. The last ray on the plowshare glows. We don't often pause to give thanks to the steel that does the hard work with a patience that's real. But sometimes the sunset will offer its praise in a luminous, fleeting, and beautiful blaze. The last ray on the plowshare glows as the evening soft wind blows. It's a moment of honor, a silent well done for the partnership shared with the soil and the sun. The last ray on the plowshare glows. Last ray fades, work is through, but the honor stays true.
It doesn't just shudder and slam to a close, like a door in a hurry, as everyone knows. Is a slow, gentle art, a releasing of tension, a quiet restart. From the frantic bright noon to the amber then gray, to the deep velvet blanket where the fireflies play. The unhurried unwinding of the day is a gift that gives the weary soul a lift. It lets the mind settle, lets the muscles unbend, on a porch with a friend or a book, till the end of the light and the welcome of stars overhead. The unhurried unwinding watch the clouds soften, we watch the birds cease. They're chorusing, finding their own kind of peace. The swing's gentle creaking is the evening's own tune, a lullaby played by the sun and the moon, as they trade off their duties in a sky growing deep. And the world and my soul are prepared for their sleep. The unhurried unwinding of the day is a gift. It gives the weary soul a lift. It lets the mind settle, lets the muscles unbend, on a porch with a friend or a book, till the end of the light and the welcome of stars overhead. The unhurried unwinding of the day. In a world that demands an immediate stop, this slow, gracious fade from the mountaintop down into the valley of rest and of night is a beautiful seal and merciful right. The unhurried unwinding of the day is a gift. It gives a weary soul a lift. It lets the mind settle, lets the muscles unbend, on a porch with a friend or a book, till the end of the light and the welcome of stars overhead. The unhurried unwinding of the day. Day unwinds, soft and deep, promises to keep.